Lipscomb trail by 2 at halftime, but they outscore the Owls by 16 in the second half, win by 14, 77-63. Jonathan and Justin Seaman, we are courtside here in Allen Arena. Last home game of the season, and one of the guys, a freshman, got to start tonight. His second start, Will Pruitt. He's joining us here. And Will, you went off. Man, you were putting in the book tonight. You were nailing those threes. Well, you had 4 coming into the night, and you get 5 long balls this evening.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, man. But this team, as Justin pointed out, and we were talking before we went on here, went through a long drought in that first half. It was good to see the ball drop in the second half. How do you work through those long times of not scoring?
You know, it's tough. Like you said, we weren't getting anything to fall in the first half. We kept relying on our shooters, and the ball started to fall in the second half, and we just got to keep relying on that. So.
Well, I know a focus of you, and I'm sure the team has been, Asan is the focus on offense for defenses. So they are sucking the defense down to him, doubling and triple team. And I know Coach Acuff is probably saying, okay, we got to have some shooters that are going to step up and make some threes. So I know that's probably been a focus for you guys.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's definitely a struggle when Asan's getting double teamed and he can't do much in the post, and we don't have shooters shooting. I think we made 1 or 2 threes in the first half, but we got a couple people going in the second half, kept relying on our shooters, and it prevailed.
Your second start, because Greg Jones not playing in this series, does that affect how you play, not coming off the bench and starting?
I would say so. It's definitely different coming off the bench and playing. When you start, you kind of get in a rhythm early, so it's kind of easier to get going. But, yeah, Greg's a big shooter, and that was tough for us not having him this weekend. But it was good to pull out a sweep. So,
just from our perspective, of course, we're just watching the game. It looks like, and you see this a lot with freshmen, it looks like the game is slowing down more for you. I mean, this has been a crazy year anyways with COVID, a lot to have to work through. But now it looks like you're getting a lot more comfortable out there.
Oh, yeah. Not having this summer with COVID and everything definitely was kind of tough. And coming in and out of quarantine, COVID and everything, it's been tough. But, yeah, I would say I think Florida Gulf Coast, I kind of got in a rhythm. And, it's credit to these guys. We've been working hard. And these leaders on this team, they give me all the confidence, and I can't thank them enough. So.
Well, you got in a rhythm tonight. You wanted that ball when you started seeing those threes drop, didn't you?
Yes, sir. I did.
Well, I tell you what, it's been great to watch you this freshman year. Still a lot of play ahead. You got to go to North Alabama, and then we got a little ASUN championship after that.
Yes, sir. That's the plan.
All right, congratulations tonight. Way to put it in the book, and get ready for that trip next weekend.
Hey, thank y'all. Appreciate you.
All right, appreciate you too. Will Pruitt, freshman out of Mount Juliet, Tennessee, career high 18 points. He was 5 of 6 from outside the three-point line tonight as the Bisons win this game. Take a look at the Tarkington and Harwell listing of the game. Bisons down by 2 at halftime, but they come back and win this one 77-63. End up shooting 50% for the game. 3-point shooting. Boy, it was bad for a long time the first half. Missed, I think, 8 or 9 straight. They come back and get 10 of 27. Rebounding, got out-rebounded by 8. Turnovers, not a bad night tonight. Only 8 turnovers. I think Coach Lennie Acuff would take that any night, wouldn't you, Coach? I know you wouldn't take that long scoring drought and some of that, but you'll take not as many turnovers.
Well, it was a good win for our team, and like I said, I knew it was going to be a hard game. They played really well. They have a lot of good players, and Coach does a great job with them. And so, for us, we didn't change a whole lot the second half. We just made shots, and so when the ball goes in, everything looks better. It's the greatest medicine in basketball, the ball going in the goal. And, really happy for our guys. I thought that, the second half, I thought, Will was fantastic, and I'll talk about him in a minute. And then KJ really made a couple of big plays. I mean, he was really good. And I don't think you said enough about Romeo. What a year he's had. This was probably his last game here, in this building. And what an unbelievable addition he's been to our program.
Yeah, Coach, I just thought you had so many guys that stepped up. I mean, last night it was all about Asan, the big man down low. They just couldn't stop him. Well, they make a few adjustments. They really pretty much double him on the touch tonight. And so, when that happens, he's got to kick it out. And, in games past, there's been some struggle shooting. Well, it was the same way in the first half, but second half, Will Pruitt jumps up and knocks down 5 3-pointers in that game. And that's got to be a good feeling for everybody, because that's what you want to happen on offense. But when the ball doesn't go in, it can really hurt.
Well, yeah, and Hassan, I mean, he just is such a good passer, and he's selfless, and he made some great passes. When that ball, when he made the same passes the first half, we just missed them. But I'm just really happy for Will, because if anybody understood what that kid's been through with contact tracing, the COVID stuff, I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I mean, it was almost unimaginable what he went through, but he never changed his mindset. He never changed who he was. I mean, we think he has a chance to be a really good player, and as much as that, he's an unbelievable kid. I mean, he will be somebody that we think really has a great future here, and people will really like when they get to know Will, the more they're going to like Will, I promise you that.
Well, they did a great job tonight, and you talked about the other guys too, scoring-wise, but I'm like you. When we found out early fall that this guy named Romeo Ferguson was coming here, and we get all the reports of how he was playing, he has really proven that this season for you.
Yeah, and the thing is about Romeo that people don't understand. I mean, he had to go through this. The first time we saw him was in August. And then you get here and you can't be around anybody. I mean, it's really hard to get integrated into the team like that. But really, our guys did a great job of taking him in, and hadn't had a chance to spend a lot of time with him. And he just shows up. Hey, I'm on the team. And he didn't have a summer or really a fall, and he's just been fantastic, and he's really been a blessing to our program.
Well, one of the neat things tonight, Coach, for the game, he came over to thank us, and I appreciate that from any player who we really hadn't got to know, but he's been around, this year, and to take that effort shows you the kind of man he is.
He's really a nice young man, and you know what? He's been really good for Lipscomb, and Lipscomb has been equally good for him. It's really made an impact in his life, and we're just real thankful it's worked out. You worry about that when you take a kid for 1 year, how's it going to work? And I think it's been a mutually beneficial relationship. Those are ones that make you feel good.
Well, Coach, we've talked about blessings a lot this year and in COVID, and one of them, I think, when you're just talking about sports, is the fact that you guys have gotten to play so many games. You're going to be one, barring something that happens this week, of one of only 3 of the ASUN teams that have gotten to play the full schedule.
Yeah,
which is I'm just saying, which is a blessing. But now you got some big games coming up on the road.
Yeah, it's amazing. I just want to thank our administration, our medical staff. I mean, they've just been so helpful, and our guys have made a lot of sacrifices. Now, we were popped pretty good with it before we started playing games, but that's our 25th game tonight. And if we get to play next weekend at North Alabama, it's always if. You don't even know till Tuesday or Wednesday. But we will probably be one of 5 or 6 teams that get to 27 games, and that was the limit this year. So that's just a real credit to our leadership on our campus, and it's been really challenging, but I'm really thankful that we've had the opportunity to do that, and it's just given these guys a sense of normalcy that we all needed. And I really want to thank everybody involved with Lipscomb that's come out to support us. We had a great crowd tonight, and I think again our administrative staff has done a great job of keeping people spread out. But we've got a big building, and you can put 1,000 or so people in here, and you can spread them out, and it's a good experience for everybody. So I just have so many people to be thankful for. I wish we would have a home game, obviously, in the conference tournament if it wasn't on a neutral court, but we're going to go to Jacksonville here in a couple of weeks, and it'll come down to, can you play really good for 3 nights?
Well, Coach, it's been one of those seasons, too, where after getting the sweep to start the conference season, you've kind of been splitting on the weekends. You get a sweep tonight. You'd like to keep that going when you go down to North Alabama, it looks like, next weekend.
Yeah, we've swept 2 teams, and we split with the other 5. So, we haven't been swept any, and we sure don't want that to start next week. But we'll have our hands full with North Alabama. I think he's done a great job. Coach Pujol has done a great job, and that'll be a real test for us. But, we need to enjoy tonight. This was a really good win for us, a good weekend for us. It gets us a 9-5 in the league, 15-10 overall. And, gosh, we're so close to being so much better. We've lost 4 games. We had a double-figure lead in the second half in the league, and it could have looked a lot differently. But we're in a good shape. There's nothing we can do about it other than continue to grow and get better and learn from it.
Coach, we're glad to have you as a Bison. It's been 2 good years with you so far. We wrap up the home season here, but we'll be following and keeping up with you the rest of the way. And staying on top of the Bison. We enjoy working with you.
Well,
Thanks
thank you.
so much,
thank
Coach.
you for all y'all have done. You've done a great job, and I'm just real thankful to be at Lipscomb. And they've really embraced my family and I, and we're real thankful to be here. So hopefully we're getting started. So we're excited, and hope everybody has a safe spring, and hopefully we'll be back to normal next fall.
All right, Coach. Best of luck as
Thank
you
you,
head
guys.
to North Alabama.
Thank you.
As the Bisons get a sweep here over Kennesaw State, winning tonight 77-63. Scheduled to head to North Alabama next weekend. The following week, the A-Sun Championships down in Jacksonville. And you know you can keep up with everything involving Bison basketball at lipscombsports.com.